Hello and a very warm welcome. Thanks for tuning in to News9 Live. I'm Kabir Naqvi. Over the next couple of minutes, Nyoma, world's highest airfield, that is going to be our focus because take a look at what we're reading on the newspapers today. To close infrastructure gap with China, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh unveils 90 projects. Key Arunachal Tunnel, Bengal Airfield, 63 bridges amongst them, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh, Ladakh. But the next couple of minutes is going to be focused only on Ladakh because the Border Roads Organization has embarked on the construction of the world's highest fighter airfield in the Nyoma region of Ladakh. Now, during the inauguration of several infrastructure projects near the China border on Tuesday, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh emphasized the significance of the airfield being developed in Nyoma, situated in eastern Ladakh, just to give you an essence of where it is placed geographically. Now, Rajnath Singh described it as a game changer for the armed forces and noted that the timely completion of projects, in this case somewhere around September 2025, so a timely completion of projects in remote areas has become the standard practice in New India. Now, Rajnath Singh officially unveiled 90 projects completed by the Border Road Organization, representing an investment of 2,941 crore rupees to be precise. Now, these projects encompass the construction of the new roads, the bridges, tunnels, airfields, all-weather connectivity for the military and for the people. Not in all cases, but in most cases for the public and the military both. And helipads, all of which are poised to significantly enhance military mobility, bolster logistical support for station troops and facilitate civilian movement in the border regions spanning right from Ladakh, Arunachal Pradesh, you look at Sikkim up there, and to Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh as well. Atal Tunnel, already people have been using that so much. It's cut down time that one takes from crossing over from one side of the valley to the other, from Manali to Leh or Spiti Valley, vice versa. I mean, talk about straight away slashing about 4 or 5 hours over there. India's robust infrastructure and the development initiatives that the country is carrying out are a direct and strategic response to China's focused efforts in bolstering its own border areas. Now, I'll of course stop talking, toss it across to my colleague who's visited Nyoma, who's visited these various places from accommodation to bunkers to tanks to the Nyoma Airfield, the project and the construction work that is already on in these remote areas as an answer to close that infrastructural gap with China on the LOC front. Well, that's something that is going to be our focus. My colleague Sumit Chaudhary has filed in these set of ground reports and packages. Take a look, understand, enjoy what we're talking about, and enjoy the scenery of the cold desert as well.
It's almost more than 1.5 years when the standoff is still continuing in the eastern Ladakh. Even maximum places this disengagement has been done and the maximum locations, but still the hot spring is one of the issue which will be solved in the 13th Corps Commander level meeting. Although the disengagement has been done on the ground, but both the armies or both the nations have kept their air power, their air support still in this same strength. We TV9 crew reached to this one of the most important and the most advanced, or you can say most forward-most location of the eastern Ladakh, which is known as Nyoma. Nyoma is the advanced landing ground of Indian Air Force, most forward locations of Indian Air Force, and we will going to show you exclusive visual. We are going to showcase you how exactly our air warriors have been fighting or have been deploying in all these difficult terrain at the height of 14,000 feet. Most important part is this is the first, or this is the best, or you can say this is the bridge between the Leh and the eastern Ladakh, from the Leh all the deployment, all the ratios, all the men have been deployed in a very small time because of these kind of ALGs only. Indian Air Force have developed this ALG very long back, but now the usage, or you can say the importance of this ALGs have been noticed by whole nations, especially when China came to surprise us at the eastern Ladakh. These Air Force ALGs have supported the forces on ground and in the air in a massive way. Right now I'm standing on the one of the most forward and advanced ALG of Indian Air Force. This ALG not only support Indian Air Force but also Indian Army in the recent past years. We have seen when the standoff took place in the eastern Ladakh, this is the main airstrips or the ALGs which not only provide ratio, the ammunitions and the deployment of the soldiers in a very fast way. The best part is China tried to surprise India, but these kind of infrastructure help a lot India to revert back in a very quick way. Today, TV9 will also give you inside stories and will brief you how strategic location these are. And this Nyoma ALG is very strategic location for Indian Air Force and for Indian Army as well. So right now, we are going to brief you and we are also trying to explain you how our air warriors have been maintaining these ALGs in the forward-most locations in the eastern Ladakh. I have just shown you how our helicopters, helipads of the Nyoma, and these are the advanced helicopters airfield, and now I am going to show you the ALG, yani the airstrips of the Indian Air Force. First of all, I just wanted to show you ALG Nyoma inaugurated and landed by the GOC in command, Northern Command, and it's basically inaugurated on 18 September 2019. This is the time when the strategic importance of our Air Force ALGs have been realized, and we have been maintaining all these strategic locations. I just asked my camera person to show you these signboards or the pillars which relocate, which show you the airstrips exactly where our transporter aircraft will land in between these both pillars. This is approximately 3 kilometers of the length, and the transporter aircraft like C-130J, AN-32 and many other have been landing on all these airstrips which are of very strategic importance. Recently when we witnessed the standoff in the eastern Ladakh, that time all the major deployment, all the major ratio deployment or the movement have been done from these airstrips only. We have the helipads which for the Apache and Chinook, and we have the airstrips which I can show you, I can tell you is most strategic location. I just want my camera person to show you one more thing which I will brief you later also. This is the highest the ATC, world highest ATC on the Nyoma, which I will brief you after such that. But first of all, again I ask my camera person to show you this airstrip or this location where our most heaviest, or you can say the transporter aircraft are landing continuously to provide the air support to our air warriors, and not to air warriors but also to our soldiers who are deployed in the LAC. And that is why China has been surprised with our infrastructures and with our deployment in the most forward locations at this height of 14,000 feet. From last more than 1.5 years, Indian Air Force not only developed the airstrips, the ALGs, but also the radar systems, and especially the low-level radar system, which are helpful if the drone or something comes to our bases. Right behind me, this is one of the most advanced low-flying radar system which is deployed at the LACs, which is not only handle which can not only locate the aircrafts of China, but also if drones have been coming to our bases, that also can be tracked, that can be also neutralized. One more important thing, that this radar system can also intercept if some missile attack has been done on this, then this can also create a vacuum or the place where the missile became clueless, it became jammed, and no attack has been done on this radar system. What is more important, that Indian Air Force not only developing their ALGs but also parallelly developing their infrastructures as far as the radars, jammers are also concerned. In the forward-most location, not only our equipment but the accommodation is very important point. And I'm just going to showcase you how the air warriors have been living in all these difficult terrains. Especially the Indian Air Force have developed the POTA cabins or the POTA locations, a permanent locations which can help our air warriors in these difficult terrain. You can see the location, the rooms have been given all these equipment which can keep them hot during this winter seasons, especially in -40 degrees. And most importantly, the communication is very important. So every air warriors or the people who are deployed here can talk to their family members. Special phones and every radar mobility box have been given so that they can talk to their family members 24/7. Anything which they wanted, a particular time has been given to them. Their work has been the work also there. Their basic and one is more important. What is more important than if you go through all these codes, when you make a mistake, there are only three things you should ever do about it: admit it, learn from it, and don't repeat it. These are the facts, these are thought which our air warriors have been putting this. It's very interesting things. And one more important thing, that these Puta cabins can handle minus 40-degree temperature. You can see they are very good. One more quote I just wanted to read out. This is also very interesting. If you see, my camera person can show you. Success is never final. Failure is never fatal. It is courage that counts. So this is the courage of our air warriors, especially in this difficult terrain, which is at the height of 14,000 feet at the temperature of minus 40 degree, and especially how not only our equipment have been given, but all the special clothing, all the special things have been given to them so that they can maintain, they can sustain in these difficult terrain, they can counter any challenge which comes to them at any situation, any point of time. When India and China standoff is continue more than 1.5 years, India has deployed its latest and one of the most advanced artillery guns, K9 Vajra howitzer guns. They have been deployed in the eastern Ladakh in the height of approximately 10 to 12,000 feet. What is more important, that this is the latest and one of the advanced artillery guns in the world. You can see these artillery guns can strike approximately 50 kilometers targets. They can achieve 50 kilometers of targets, and most important point is that India has deployed one full regiment of these howitzer, or you can say K9 Vajra artillery guns in the forwardmost location in the eastern Ladakh area. Right now I am at the forwardmost location in the eastern Ladakh, and I can show you the artillery guns which have recently deployed. In 2017, in the end of the 2017, the agreement has been made of approximately 4 to 5 regiments of these artillery guns, and now India is going to buy more artillery regiments of these artillery guns to be deployed in the various locations in the LAC. India and China has long standoff in the eastern Ladakh, and when around 12 round conference have been conducted, still China has enhanced their military power in the most of the location when the bilateral talks have been concluded. That means China has been enhancing and doing something suspiciously, and that is why India has once again deployed. Mirror deployment has been done, and this is the latest artillery guns which India has deployed in the eastern Ladakh area. हमारे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं स्क्वाड्रन लीडर भूपेंद्र वालिया सर. थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर टॉकिंग टू अस. सर, सबसे पहले अभी जिस जगह हम खड़े हैं इसके चैलेंजेस कैसे हैं, और इंडियन एयरफोर्स ऐसे डिफिकल्ट एरियाज में किस तरीके से अपने आप को मेंटेन रखती है, फिर अपने आप को कितना सस्टेन रखती है यहाँ पर?
When it comes to defending our country, nothing is arduous. We are at an altitude of 14,000 feet, in fact more than 14,000 feet. Adequate training has been provided to the air warriors, to all the soldiers present here to sustain. Equipments are available, equipments have been provided, specialized equipments, and everything has been catered for by Indian Air Force in its plans.
Terrain की बात की, how difficult this terrain is?
Certainly it is a difficult terrain, as you can see around. यहाँ पे आपको, you can see snow-covered mountains, you can see barren deserts, you can see plain area, and the temperature here goes till to minus 40, minus 30. But adequate training, adequate equipments, everything has been planned and everything has been catered to sustain at this altitude.
सर, खास तौर पे जब हम आज की डिफिकल्ट टेरेन की बात करते हैं, स्ट्रिप की बात करते हैं, क्या कुछ डिफिकल्टीज हैं यहाँ पे, अगर आप बताएं एक बार?
Terrain here is quite hostile, but our air warriors are always ready to take any challenge, as they are well equipped and trained to negotiate with the challenges. They are highly motivated. The manpower which you see over here, whether it be air warriors or soldiers, they are highly motivated, and the forces deployed here are always ready to act. We are making all the efforts to make the forces act whenever and however required.
China won't let us rest easy on our borders. but they will keep flooding our markets. What does Xi Jinping really want?
I think he wants the Indian market, no doubt about it.
It's really a matter of showing their dominance.
India's great Chinese conundrum.
Nobody can contain it. Not the United States, not China, not anybody else.
Frenemies. Streaming now.
Hello and a very warm welcome. Thanks for tuning in to News 9 Live. That particular wordings that you can see on the big wall right behind me, right besides me, that is going to be our focus over the next couple of minutes. Brace yourselves for an episode filled with political dynamism and visionary schemes that are shaping the future of India. And today we're diving into the heart of PM Vishwakarma Yojana, which is going to be launched on the 17th of September, coincides with the Prime Minister's birthday. This initiative aims to revitalize traditional skills and the Guru Shishya Parampara, benefiting millions of artisans across the nation. But that's just the beginning. We're also going to unpack the extensive benefits of this scheme, covering subsidized loans, skill upgrades, and various other things. There's training under various other programs, and of course there's advanced and regular and basic training for those who want to pick and choose as to what kind of skill training they actually want to undergo. Plus, what we're also going to delve into is the broader context, which is examining other people-centric initiatives that have been launched under Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership. And with the Lok Sabha general elections on the horizon, the political landscape is essentially brimming with anticipation. So stay tuned, get down in the comment sections as to what you think about PM's Vishwakarma Yojana as we unravel the intricacies of these developments and their potential political impact right here on News 9 Live. Ladies and gentlemen, we're joined by Gautam Mukherjee, senior journalist, and Bhanu Chandar Nagarajan, public policy expert, with us on the broadcast. A very warm welcome to both of you. I'm going to quickly go across to Gautam Mukherjee first. Gautam, just to get the ball rolling, the timing of the launch and essentially help the viewers understand, give them insights of how other schemes that have been launched under Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership, how does that weigh in when compared with PM's Vishwakarma Yojana and the timing of it as well, Gautam?
Well, it aims at artisans, craftsmen and such like. It's been done before. It's been done before by previous governments, and much of the result was apparent at places like Delhi Haat and the Khadi Gramotyak Bhavan. And it did provide both an outlet as well as, skilling of the better quality artisans. Now, you also have things like the melas that are held, the Suraj Kund Mela. For years together, you had a lot of artisans at such places and some very nice things. Now, the idea is to upscale this so that it goes into a value chain, and whether 13,000 crores is anywhere near enough to do that remains to be seen. You've also got outfits like Vishwa Bangla, which again give outlets for some very fine artisan work at affordable prices at the end of the day. So that is something West Bengal has done very well.
Right.
So all in all, it's well worth doing. Now, in terms of elections, if this is meant to enthuse the bottom of the pyramid, then it might to some extent, but I don't think it's a big enough program to actually do that. It is a beginning and a reiteration of what has gone before, because these kind of situations, this kind of workmanship needs an injection of money and support from the government from time to time, and this is one such.
All right, all right. Bhanu Chandar, before we get a public policy perspective into this, let me just tell the viewers, what essentially are the benefits under this scheme. Now take a look at this. Under the PM Vishwakarma Yojana, there are going to be subsidized loans for traditional artisans to start businesses. About 1 lakh rupees as part of the first tranche and about 2 lakh rupees as part of the second tranche. Now, loans are going to be offered at a concessional interest rate of 5%. More than that, artisans are going to be recognized with an official certificate and ID card. Moreover, the scheme will provide skill upgradation. There's going to be toolkit and digital incentives as well, apart from marketing support as well. Because the idea is to bring the local produce and the local services and the local products into the economic, global and domestic value chains. 2 types of skilling programs are going to be offered, basic and advanced. A stipend of 500 rupees per day is going to be offered under the skill training, and a support of up to rupees 15,000 to buy modern tools. 5 lakh families to benefit in the first year of the scheme, and a total of 30 families to benefit over the 5 years. Now, Bhanu Chandar Nagarajan with us, on the broadcast, public policy expert. Now, from a public policy perspective, what factors might have, led to the government, influenced the government's decision to launch this particular scheme? Mind you, just a day ahead of the special parliamentary session with the general elections looming.
Good afternoon, Kabir. There are 4 angles through which we can look at this. One is obviously the politics of it. Second is there is a social justice aspect to it. Third, there is a policy aspect to it on which you ask the question. And 4 is like, why now? Like, what is happening right now for PM to come with something like that? So since you asked the policy question first, let me dwell on that first. First is PM has been speaking against Revdi politics, right? The politics of doles. If you look at this scheme, this is the exact opposite of it. It actually provides two of the enabling things that is required for a business to survive. One is skills, and the second is capital, low cost capital. This is not a dole, like what you mentioned. It is a 5% interest loan. So that has to be noted. Second is it is connected to the national and the international value chains. Okay? So third thing is, like, since the government has enormous experience with the Mudra scheme,
right,
which in which like low cost loans have been given, and there's a great amount of repayment. So I think the government is now very comfortable with giving low cost loans and enabling infrastructure. Third thing is, see, right now India is on a growth path, right? And there's a look at what the unique aspects that India brings to the table. That's what it means with the value chains, national and international. Also, another program that has been running successfully, or like at least beginning to show results, is the One District, One Product program, right? So I think the government has a lot of learnings from programs that have already been conducted, and I think they are coming out with this program. And obviously, there are social justice aspects, political aspects, and why now aspects, which we can discuss over the course of this program.
No, you're absolutely right. But one major aspect is that of wooing the other backward classes. Because again, telling the viewers that, financial outlay of rupees 13,000 crore rupees because of a focus on artisans primarily from the other backward classes. Now, the opposition has been pushing for a caste survey, and the OBCs are estimated to be more than half of the Indian population. Most of these Vishwakarma beneficiaries, ladies and gentlemen, are going to be from the other backward classes.